Alrighty, so we're making some really good progress here. So in this video, we'll cover step 5 of adding the event handler for the checkout component. So we'll read the selected country and retrieve the list of states based on that selected country. So let's kind of swing back into VS Code here. And I'll close the terminal here just to give myself some more space on the screen. I'll open up this checkout component.html. And then I'll move into the section here for shipping address. And so for this form control name of country, I'm going to add a event binding. So for the change event, I'll call this method here get states, and then I'll pass in the actual name of the form control here. So I'll say this will be shipping address, because I'll use that to determine, do I need to get the states for shipping address or getting the states for billing address? And that's mainly for making the appropriate assignments once that data is returned from the REST API. All right, so that's the new entry there. And of course it says that there's an error because it doesn't know about this method get states. Well, no problem. We'll create this in our component.ts file. I'll simply copy that name get states, and then I'll move over to my checkout component.ts. And just as a checkpoint, make sure you're in checkout component.ts right now. And then we'll move down to the bottom here and we'll create this new method. Get states, and they'll pass in the form group name. Now let's zoom in here for a second, and I'll actually get a handle to the form group using the form group name. So I'll say this.checkoutFormGroup.get and then form group name. So they'll pass in either shipping address or they'll pass in billing address. So just to make sure I get the actual country from the right form group. So I'll retrieve the country here by saying country code equals form group dot value dot country dot code. So that'll give me the country code, and I'll do a similar thing here for getting the country name. Now, the country name is not required for calling the REST API, but I will use this mainly just for debugging and logging purposes. But it's not required. Our REST API only uses the country code. So I'll just write some code here real quick to log the country code and also the country name. Alrighty, I'll zoom out here for a second. Now I'll make a call to the form service to get the states. So when I get the states, I pass in the appropriate country code. I'll do a subscribe, and then once the data is returned, I'll make an assignment. But it depends on if I'm making an assignment for shipping or making an assignment for billing. So I simply check the form group name. If the form group name equals shipping address, then I'll assign it to the shipping address states. But I don't have shipping address states defined yet. I need an array, but I don't have it defined in this class. Oh gosh. Okay, so give me a second here. Let me scroll up to the top of this class and define that array. I actually need two separate arrays, one for shipping address and one for billing address. So let's go ahead and do this now. So I'll have shipping address states, It's an array of state objects. Okay, that's taken care of. And then I'll just do a little copy paste here for billing address. So billing address states. We want to keep those separate because when a user chooses their different countries, we simply want to update the appropriate states for that given section for shipping address or billing address.